They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. Hey! One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin'. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on my bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me.
I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to ignite her, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch. Don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart. Fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K. top, dawg. Certified road real.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing. Like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK soup solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for 'em and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a priest holding. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing. Like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Command a general get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I stalk his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing. Like, bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. I'm stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
Okay, when Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stress the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact a fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stomp that bitch like Jackie. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't on who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. Bitch, margin about 10%. I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him. Just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign. Yeah, this the rim McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
I just wanna see my enemies fall. Yeah. Hey, look, I just wanna bow. So my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Then start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen never shitted on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my real view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes and all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God I don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. So my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Don't get up out of bounds, homie. Got killers with them rounds on them. Look like I'm fed from the drum. Look, don't make me make the reaper rain down on them. I can give a fuck if you rock blue. And I was Sue Woo from the Fruit Town crew. Cops still shoot us every time we move. They hate you, nigga, like they hate me too. Just know that brotherhood is a weapon. Build another zone, get protected. Too many sisters in the city been molested. Now I'm stacking soldiers off the block like it's Tetris. Woo. Know that truth, it give you chills, don't it? Steady ringing in your ears, won't it? If I'm blessed to make a meal, I'ma bust that shit down with my real homies. I just wanna bow. So my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s while they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Yeah. To all them children that grew up with parents strung out on drugs. Yeah. I just wanna bow. Hope you do too. And I hope you do too. Yeah. Man, to the brother that had a rib and she left him for whatever reason. Yeah. I just wanna bow. I hope you do too. And to the sister, you know what I'm saying, that had that nigga leave her. Yeah, yeah. Nigga, I just wanna bow. So my niggas is locked up. I hope you do too. Man, I hope you niggas see the light of day. Yeah, I just wanna bow. Yeah, I just wanna bow.
All right, clap it up, clap it up. All right, welcome. Shalom, Israel. This is the Monday night history class at I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta. We are currently at 3353 Glenwood Road in Decatur, Georgia. Come see us. Come to the building. This is the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West Harlem, New York, and 125th Street, Salakia, and 1 West Harlem, New York. We are under the commanding General YAHANNA, right? That brother never put down his sword, and he raised up brothers like myself and all the other brothers in this room, all the brothers online, sisters, all throughout Israel. All right, we got to give a big up to General YAHANNA for doing what he's been doing. Now, tonight, we're going to be getting into a little unknown history, I would say, because the Jewish man has definitely taken our identity and bastardized our history, right? So we about to take it back. You know, we just gonna get in there and we gonna set the record straight. All right. Tonight we dealing with the history of Hanukkah. All right, is actually the Jewish man writes it as Hanukkah because that's the Yiddish. That's their bastardized version of the Hebrew. That's a European version of Hebrew. That's all that is. All right. It's basically Hebrew spoken with a European dialect. Now, when you get Hebrew spoken with an Israelite dialect, it sounds like Hanukkah, right? That is the dedication. That's actually what it means in the Hebrew. It is the dedication. All right. So, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Trooper Halak just logged in with us. Shalom, Lord in Christ.
Shalom, Adawan, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah, sir.
Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat. What it do, Hebrew?
I'm Tawab, sir. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm Tawab. We about to get into some history here. Amatazah, I see a sister on the StreamYard. You can bring her up. Khan. Sister Nakara. Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Hashem Yahweh Shai, sis. Oh, Salaki. Anybody on the conference call?
Salaki.
All right, who's that on the conference call? Who we got?
Yahweh Shem Shabbat, young man Paul checking in.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat. What it do, Hebrew?
Ain't nothing new, Jew. How you, sir?
Oh, you know, same old. You already know what it is. All right, we about to get into some history, and I'm looking forward to questions, and things of that nature. You got your questions, ask them, just say Salakia, and I'll get you in the dope. You feel me? All right, Most High in Christ. All right, tonight, and going into this topic, we really getting into, we're going to define what a dedication is. We're going to define the difference between a high holy day and a memorial. We're going to get into, we're going to actually set the stage for the actual story of Hanukkah. Then we're going to talk about the story of Hanukkah. Then lastly, we got to address the bastardization. All right, we got to deal with these oppressors, these Amalekites, right? These Kofars, or however they want to call themselves, right? We're going to deal with them and what they did to our history and with our book, right? We're going to set the record straight tonight. This is us setting the record straight, reclaiming what is ours. All right. First, I want to, Halak, you'll be able to read for me?
On concert.
The water, I already knew. I already know. So let's go start at Leviticus.
And say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even
Holy, oh, Salakia, hold on right there. Holy convocations, right? Holy convocations. What does that mean? What's a holy convocation? Because this is the top of the chapter. So everything that comes after this would be considered a holy convocation. What is a holy convocation? What does that mean? What you got? I like what you're saying. What does holy mean? Set apart. So this is a gathering, convocation, a calling together that is set apart from any other calling together. Right? That's what these are. Okay? Read on for me.
Come on, sir. Even these are my feasts. Verse 3.
Right?
6 days shall work be done,
Right?
but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
Right?
In holy convocation.
Look at that. Look at that. Right? And this is the pattern for everything that we're going to find in this chapter. Mind you, we're going to revisit this chapter. Right? But understand that that holy convocation that they're talking about is a set apart gathering of the children of Israel. Right? Because read verse 2. Read verse 2 for me, Baba Kashan.
Khan, sir. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Stop right there. You heard what he said? We speaking unto the children of Israel. That's it. It's a gathering of Israelites. Right? If you want to do some fun research, look up the Greek ecclesia. That's what the church is in the Greek. It literally means a gathering of Israelites. That's literally what it means. Now, a holy convocation is a set apart gathering of the Israelites, the children of Israel. That's all he's speaking to. We're gonna beat that dead horse till Yahweh Shai cracks the sky. You feel me? Like until he come back, we're gonna say the same thing. He's only speaking to the children of Israel. All right, and that's who's supposed to be gathering. That is a holy convocation. Now, let me tell you this. Now, Hanukkah actually is not a holy convocation. It's not a set apart gathering of the children of Israel. It's actually a memorial for the children of Israel. Right. This is something that we should remember. Like, you ever heard them say 9/11, never forget. Right. Right? You see how they talk about the Holocaust, never forget. Right?
Remember the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. I like that one. Remember the Alamo. That's what they say. Right? Remember Hanukkah. Never forget it. This memorial right here, never forget it. And we gonna actually give you the gravity of why you shouldn't forget it. But generally speaking, let's get into what this dedication is. Amatazai, you there?
Khan.
Most High in Christ. Hey, do me a solid. Get the book of Numbers, chapter 7, and start at verse 1.
Khan. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the tabernacle,
okay,
and had anointed it and sanctified it, and all the instruments thereof, both the altar and all the vessels thereof, right, and had anointed them and sanctified them.
Stop right there. Context. Now, in the book of Numbers, we in the wilderness. The children of Israel are in the wilderness, right? Now, what he just set up when it said he set up the tabernacle and anointed it and sanctified it, right? And all the instruments thereof, both the altar and the vessels thereof, and had anointed them. What he's speaking of is the mobile sanctuary. This is the establishment of the mobile sanctuary. Right? Good. Read on.
Khan, verse 2. That the princes of Israel, heads of the house of their fathers, who were the princes of the tribes, and were over them that were numbered, offered.
Good. Stop right there. So this right here is a gathering of the heads of Israel, because this is a big deal. We're sanctifying the house of Yahweh right here. You feel me? You following what you picking up what I'm putting down? We are establishing where Yahweh will dwell with us. Right? And with that, we have certain things that need to happen in order to, like, this is like the first quote unquote ribbon cutting, right? That's how you can look at it. We establishing the sanctuary, the mobile sanctuary, and this is when it's being dedicated, right, to the Most High. Jump down to verse 10.
Khan. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 7, verse 10. And the princes offered for dedicating of the altar in the day that it was anointed. Even the princes offered their offerings before the altar.
All right, stop right there. Now, you see, this is that dedicating that I was referring to, right? This is the dedicating of that altar, of that sanctuary, of that mobile tabernacle, right? What does dedication mean right here? Somebody get the blue letter, Zondervan Bible Dictionary. You got your blue letter on your phone out? All right, no sweat. We need somebody with a blue letter on their phone. We need to get the definition of that term dedication right here. Because I'm going to pull it up too. I'm going to go ahead and get it myself. If you do not have the blue letter on your phone, get it. That is a must. For every Israelite man, you have to have this resource at your fingertips. You have to. It's a must. You got to be able to understand what things mean at all times, right? When you do your own studies and things of that nature, you got to be able to get it. All right, I got the blue letter. We're going to Numbers, and we're going to chapter 7. And this is in verse 10. I'm going to scroll down to verse 10. Boom. All right, the prince's offering. Good. We click the link. All right, we scroll down to the dedication. Guess what it says in the Hebrew? Ha-ka-na-ka. It says Hanukkah. Hanukkah, right? Without the ha, Salakia, without the ha. Because the ha is the. You don't see the in here. It's for dedicating, right? Ha is just a preposition that just means the on the beginning of the word. We'll get into that later. Don't worry. Another day. Tune in on Friday, same time, same place, and you'll get the understanding of the ha in front of Hanukkah, right? All right, now what does this dedication mean? Can somebody read that for me? Baba Kasha? You got it? Dedication, the term dedication. Okay, no sweat. Amatazai, you got that?
Salaki Allah, sir.
Okay, what about halak? You got that?
Con out of one con.
Read that for me.
Is that Numbers chapter 7, verse 10?
That's right.
Con, sir.
What does the dedication mean in the Hebrew? What does that mean?
I'm looking for it out of one. Okay. Strong's letter H 2598.
Right.
It is dedication, consecration.
A dedication or consecration. What does it mean to consecrate? Close. I like that. I like that a lot. It is very close. I like that even better. Consecrate. I got it right here. We got the dictionary definition of consecrate. Having been made or declared sacred. Right? So this, where we at right now, is the Israelites in the mobile temple declaring this mobile tabernacle sacred. That's it. They just saying, hey, this right here is very special, right? So we got them talking about the mobile sanctuary. This is the Israelites in the wilderness declaring the mobile sanctuary sacred. All right. Amatazah, read down for me.
Khan. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 7, verse 11.
Right.
And the Lord said unto Moses, they shall offer their offering, each prince on his day, for the dedicating of the altar. Stop
right there. For the dedicating or the consecrating of the altar. Right? Read on.
Khan. Verse 12. And he that offered his offering the first day was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab of the tribe of Judah.
Amminadab.
Slack.
No sweat. Of the tribe of what?
Slack. Of the tribe of Judah.
So all my Negroes in all of America know that this was your representative right here, Amminadab of the house of Judah. Right? He had to step up and do his offering. Read down to verse 18.
Khan, verse 18. On the second day, Nathaniel, Salakia, Nathaniel, son of Zuar, prince of Issachar, did offer.
All right. Son of who?
Salakia, son of Zuar.
All right. Prince of who?
Prince of Issachar.
So we got the tribe of Issachar represented. Read down verse 24.
Khan. On the third day,
Eliab,
the son of Helon,
right?
Prince of the children of Zebulon.
Right? And if you jump down to verse 30 for me.
Khan. On the fourth day, Elizur, the son of Shedur, prince of the children of Reuben.
We got Reuben in the house. Right? Now, if we go on with this same pattern, if you look at verse 36, we have the children of Simeon. You look at verse 42, you have Gad. You look at verse 48, you have Ephraim. Look at verse 54, you have Manasseh. Verse 60, read verse 60 for me.
Khan. On the ninth day, Abidan, the son of Gideon, prince of the children of Benjamin.
See that I just had to have that one read. We got to make sure that one get read. All right, we got the sons of Benjamin right there, right? You see what I'm saying? Benjamin in the house. All right, we got West Indians in the house. If we go back up, you know, we got to identify. If we identify everybody, we got the Issacharites, we got the Mexicans in the house. You know what I mean? We got Zebulon, We got Salakia. That's see, we got the cheat sheet right above us. We got Guatemala to Panama, right? Back here to your back right. Yeah. Right there. Zebulon. We got the princes of Reuben. If you look at Reuben, we got Reuben right. All right, we got the Seminole Indians right here. Right. You look at next one was Simeon. Simeon, we got where we at? Right here, Bow. We got the Dominicans. Actually, let's do it like this. We got Judah, the Negroes, West Indians, the Benjamites. We got the Haitians as the Levites. We got the Simeonites is the Dominicans. Zebulun is Guatemala to Panama. So that whole region are Zebulonites. We got Ephraim is Puerto Rico. We got Manasseh as the Cubans. We got Gad as the Native American Indians. So we got Creek, Choctaw, Blackfoot, Mohican. They was the last of them. Salakia, but either way, we got all of them. That's Reuben. We got Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. So that whole northern region of South America is the tribe of Asher. We have Naphtali, that southern portion of South America. We got Argentina to Chile, and we got the I.S.U.P.K. Like I mentioned before, that's my brothers from Mexico, right?
Con.
Right? That's all of them. Everybody had to be in attendance for this main event. We all consecrating the mobile temple. Everybody there, right?
Right.
So let's move on to now what. Okay, because we know that wasn't the only temple, right? Do we know that?
Con.
All right. Well, how do you know that? What do you have as evidence of more than one temple? What do you have?
Salakia Adawan. I recall the Book of Kings when Solomon dedicated the temple.
Give my brother a hand. Give my brother a hand. All right. That brother right there, that brother Halak be studying. Now you close, you real close. All right. It wasn't the dedication of the temple wasn't mentioned in the Book of Kings, but the completion of the temple was mentioned in the Book of 2 Kings. All right. But the dedication was actually mentioned, Halak, get this for me, in 2 Chronicles chapter 5. And start at verse 1.
Con, sir. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 5, and verse 1. Thus all the work that Solomon made for the house of the Lord was finished.
There we go. So let me give you context again. Remember, King David actually got all the material, but he wasn't allowed to build the temple of the Most High. They still were using, during the time of Saul, during the time of the judges, during the time of Joshua, everything from when we left Egypt all the way up to King Solomon, we were using the exact same mobile temple. Right? We never had a building. It was literally a tent. Right? If we go back, you'll see how they built it, right? In the book of Numbers. You'll see how they used this veil to separate this veil to separate that, because it was a tent. But now King Solomon was the one who was allowed to actually build a foundation, an actual building for the Most High, right? King David wanted to do it when he consolidated the kingdoms, right? Do we know how he consolidated the kingdoms? Just a quick sidebar question. How did he get Asher and Naphtali and Zebulun and Manasseh and everybody to join forces? How did he do that? Anybody know?
Salaki, sir.
What you got?
About going to war.
That's damn right. He went to war. That's how you bring people together. You got to go to war with them. You got to defeat the things that's stopping them from coming to the Most High. When we go out into these streets, when we go out into these avenues, these boulevards, and we blaze on the mic, we are going to war with our people, with our own people. And it's all out of love. We're going to war with you to bring you closer to me. We got to defeat, we got to cut off all of the bad things, the wicked things that you picked up in this world so that you can come together with us. You see that? Sometimes you got to fight your brother. Sometimes you got to get into a heated debate, right? You got to go back and forth. Let's hash it out. Let's get an understanding of this truth. That's what we're here for.
Tough love.
To go to war with our people. What you got at?
That's tough love, sir.
That's what it is. That's what love looks like. Right? I did a class before on what it looked like to even show your brother love. If I see you walking out into the street and there's a truck coming, I'm not going to be hey, brother, can you turn around right quick? Hey, watch out. They got a truck coming. No, I'm going to grab you. I'm going to snatch you up. How many times your little kid, your son, your daughter was running out into the road and you snatched them by the arm? That hurt. Didn't feel good, but it had to be done.
Right.
That little pain is going to save you a lifetime of problems, right?
Right.
Because that would end the lifetime right there. So we have to show that love. We have to go to war with our own people to bring them all together. King David did that, right? That was a quick sidebar. But now we right here with Solomon, who was actually allowed. And he wasn't allowed, King David wasn't allowed to build the temple because he had too much blood on his hands from going to all these wars. The Most High said, nah, not you. Nah, I need a clean hand. So my boy King Solomon was the one who finished the temple, right? Okay. And we see it right there. Read on for me, Ak.
Khan, sir. And Solomon brought in all the things that David, his father, had dedicated.
Look at that. All the things that his father had dedicated. Right? Go ahead.
Khan. And the silver.
Right.
And the gold.
Right.
And all the instruments.
Right. Go ahead.
Put he among the treasures of the house of God.
Look at that. So King David was the one that gathered all the stuff, but King Solomon, his son, was the one who put it all together. What you got?
Remember, you're right. Piggyback off what you said earlier. King David, you have to look at what so much all that blood out of his hands. Remember, he was born from the time that he unalived Goliath.
Right.
All the way up to he was a king.
Right.
He didn't become a war.
That's it. Sometimes the Most High need a battle axe. Right. Right. You see that in Samson. That's all he was there for, was to kill Philistines. What Salakia was to unalive Philistines. Right? That's all he was there for. Right? So by him doing that, he was able to do the work of the Most High. That's what he set him up for. So he set David up to gather his stuff. He gather his people and his stuff to build his temple. And he set King Solomon, Salakia, King Solomon up to actually put it on, I want to say put it on wax, like put it on paper, make it official. But he actually put it in stone, right? He built this temple, right? Let's go, read on for me,
Khan, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2.
Right.
Then Solomon assembled the elders of Israel.
Here we go again. Back to the elders. Back to the princes. Right? We had the prince of Ephraim, prince of Manasseh, prince of Gad, prince of Benjamin, prince of Judah. All of the heads of all the tribes came together. And we see it happening again. The same process happening again. Read on.
Khan, sir. And all the heads of the tribes.
Go ahead.
The chief of the fathers of the children of Israel unto Jerusalem to bring up the ark of the covenant of the Lord.
There we go again. Read on.
Out of the city of David.
Right.
Which is Zion.
Good. Read on. Verse 3.
Khan, sir. Wherefore all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto the king in the feast, which was in the 7th month.
Look at that. Now that's very important. People read over that. A lot of people read over that. The feast that's in the 7th month, people think they got feasts in the 6th month, 5th month, whatever. It's just a feast in the 7th month, right? Do we know exactly what feast he's talking about? What feast were these brothers gathering themselves here in Jerusalem on the 7th month? You're using your resources. I like that. That's not the 7th month. That's also not the 7th month. No, sir. Let's go to the book of, actually, I want you to read it. Young man Josh, I want you to read it. Get me Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 23. Give me that.
Leviticus 23, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month.
In which month?
In the 7th month.
In the 7th month. So now we have the 7th month. Read on.
In the first day.
In the first day of the 7th month, right? Go ahead.
Shall ye have a Sabbath?
Okay. That's a day of rest, right? Go ahead.
A memorial of blowing of trumpets.
Oh, look at that. We got the Feast of Trumpets right there. Look at it. Number 5 on the list. On the Holy Convocations list. Right there. Number 5. You see that? Number 5. The memorial blowing of the trumpets. Right? Now read for me verse 26.
Verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month.
10th day of the 7th month. So the memorial blowing the trumpets is the first day of the 7th month. Now on the 10th day of the 7th month, we have what?
There shall be a day of atonement.
The Day of Atonement is on the 10th day of the 7th month. Same month. We got 2 holy days. 2 high holy days. We got the memorial blowing the trumpets, and now we have the Day of Atonement. Now jump down for me out and read verse 33.
Verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Mm-hmm.
speak unto the children of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
saying, the 15th day of the 7th month.
The 15th day of the 7th month. Hey, man, there's a lot going on in the 7th month. There's a lot going on in this 7th month. We got a lot of high holy days going on in the 7th month. Which high holy day is this?
The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles.
The Feast of Tabernacles. Right? So we got the feast of, we got the memorial blowing the trumpets. We got the Day of Atonement. And then we have the Feast of Tabernacles, all in the 7th month. So guess why King Solomon made the dedication in the 7th month? Guess why? Can somebody tell me why he would do that? Why he made the dedication on this day? Why he made the dedication in the 7th month? Why he do that?
Salakia, sir.
What you got out?
Would that be so people wouldn't have to travel back and forth?
Because you already here. 'Tis the season. Because you already here. You was coming here for the memorial blowing of trumpets. You was coming here for the Day of Atonement. You were already here for the Feast of Tabernacles. You were already here. You see how our brothers think? You see how we think? If I already know you're gonna be here and I'm about to do something special, have you ever seen in the world, you see when people do like marriage proposals and stuff like that? Around what time do they do marriage proposals? Nah. They do it during Christmas. That's what they do in the world because they family all here. Their family all gathered. And now they doing this proposal in front of their family because they already here. What you doing?
If it's not Christmas, it's gonna be Thanksgiving.
Right. That's the proposal season. I got like 2 or 3 cousins that got proposed to during those days, that time of year. Because everybody already here. And I want to tell everybody, but I ain't trying to call you and tell you you already here. Boom. Everybody knows same time. You feel me? It's just, that's convenience.
Yeah.
That's what he was even thinking about when he did it. That was convenience. And this even established how it was going to go. Watch. Read for me the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 6. Jump back over to 2 Chronicles for me. Bible chapter 6 and start at verse 22.
Khan, sir. 2 Chronicles chapter 6 and verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
If a man sin against his neighbor and an oath be laid upon him to make him swear, and the oath come before thine altar in this house.
Mm-hmm. In this house. Right? In this house. What house is he talking about? If you realize we just was in chapter 5, we were just talking about the completion of the temple. So what are we talking about in verse 6? What all the temple is for. Right? This temple, and this is what I want to harp on. Understand that this temple is a big deal. Right? Where the Most High puts his name, where he says he will dwell, is a big deal. Because there's a lot that's supposed to go on here. Right? What's supposed to go on here? Read that for me, out.
Khan, sir. Verse 23. Then hear thou from heaven, and do, and judge thy servants by
Salakia, read verse 26. So we understand if you got an ought with your brother, it's supposed to be brought to the temple. Right? Bring it to the square. Everybody come in. Let's talk about it. Let's reason about it. Here, in his place. Read verse 26 from the Bible.
Khan, sir. Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
When the heaven is shut up, and there is no rain, because they have sinned against thee.
Mm-hmm.
Yet if they pray towards this place.
Towards where?
Towards this place.
Now you see why we say Yom Pakadam every Sabbath service. Face the east. Why do we face the east from here? Is because we are going to pray toward that place. That's why we do it. This temple, this sanctuary, this tabernacle is a big deal. It's a cornerstone in our society. And by our, I do mean Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Jump to verse 28.
Common concert. Verse 28. If there be dearth in the land, if there be pestilence, if there be blasting,
right,
or mildew,
right,
locusts or caterpillars.
We got a lot of problems going on. Now, what should we do? Go ahead.
If their enemies besiege them in the cities of their land,
right,
whatsoever sore or whatsoever sickness there be. Khan, verse 29. Then what prayer or what supplication soever shall be made of any man, or of all thy people Israel,
right,
when everyone shall know his own sore and his own grief, and shall spread forth his hands in this house.
In where?
In this house.
All of that is to be done here. If you ever come to a Sabbath service, you'll hear the prayers that we do here. And that's why we do them here. Because we pray for all of Israel. We pray that all sickness be removed, all problems be removed, all eyes be opened. Here, we do that here in this place. Right? I remember one time a brother wanted us to pray for him, and we was going to do a prayer for him, right? And our camp leader, being the wise man that he is, he was like, "La, if he want that, just give him the address. Give him the address to the school. Tell him come here." Because that's where it happens. This is where the magic happens, people. You hear right now. In 3353 Glenwood Road, you hear right now where the magic happens. That's where he said to do all of these things. Right? Halak, give me the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 1. So I'm gonna move forward a little quickly. All right. So we got the culmination of everything. I want to mention something right quick. We're gonna braze over this real quick. So I feel like I made it heavy enough to why the temple is so important. Right? Let's read that for me a lot.
Common Khan, sir. 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 1. Now when Solomon had made an end of praying, the fire came down from heaven.
Look at that. Go ahead.
And consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices.
Right.
And the glory of the Lord filled the house.
Filled this house. Read on.
Common Khan, verse 2. And the priest could not enter into the house of the Lord because the glory of the Lord had filled the Lord's house.
Look at that. They couldn't even come in at that time. This is the dedication. This is when Solomon dedicated his temple. We call it his temple. It was called Solomon's temple because he was the one that built it, but it's the Most High's temple, right? It's called Moses' law because Moses wrote it, but that's the Most High's law. You understand that? You feel what I'm saying? It's only accredited to the person that put it on paper, put it in stone, but it all comes from the Most High. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him, right? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. That's dead. We understand the first temple, the first establishment of his house, what we're supposed to do there, how it's supposed to go, why it's so important that he made his temple, when he made his temple, how he made his temple, all of that jazz. Now, let's go to the book of 2 Kings, right? We're going to get into the prequel of the story. We're going to move on. Let's get into the prequel, all right? Let's go 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 25. Somebody got that for me in the room? Because I know Halak been reading. Who got that for me? All right, read that for me. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 20. No, Salaki. 2 Kings chapter 25. Chapter 25, verse 8. And Halak, go ahead and get me before you read that, Salak. Before you read that, Halak, go ahead and get me Ezekiel chapter 43 and verse 7.
Sir.
And can I get another brother to hold for me, Most High in Christ? Your man Paul, go ahead and get me Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 10. Because we got to move through this. All right. We're going to make this very clear what's going on. We about to tell a story now. Right. So we set a premise. We understood the establishment of the tabernacle, right? In the mobile tabernacle, the mobile sanctuary, when Moses established the mobile sanctuary. We see when King Solomon set it in stone. He made it official, right? This ain't tents no more. This ain't a veil no more. This is a building made out of stone with gold and silver and this and that and the third, all these things that King David gathered in order to build this temple. Now let's get into the story of what happened to this temple. Because the whole crux of the Feast of Dedication, the Feast of Hanukkah, is based on this temple. All right? Read that for me, young man Josh.
2 Kings chapter 35, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 5th month, on the 7th day of the month, which is the 19th year of King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon,
Right.
a Nebuzaradan,
Mm-hmm.
captain of the guard,
Mm-hmm.
servant of the king of Babylon, as he ruled. And he burnt the house of the Lord.
And he did what?
And he burnt the house of the Lord.
One more time.
And he burnt the house of the Lord. And the king's house.
Look at that. I ain't really worried about the king's house. Most like that sucks that the king got his house burnt. I think it was Jehoiakim was king at that time. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. What matters is that he burnt the house of the Lord. So what's going on here? Can somebody give me context? What's the context right here or where we at? Sacking of the temple? Which sacking of the temple? We got sacked a couple times. Who did it? Nebuchadnezzar and the kingdom of starts with a B and ends with an Abalon. Babylon. Right? Babylon was the nation that came through and sacked and destroyed our temple. That was the first major captivity of all of Israel. All right? Because initially, Israel was separated because the divided kingdom after Solomon, right? We have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. We split, right? After that split, the northern kingdom went into captivity under the Assyrians. Southern kingdom never did because they never left the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. When they did, the Babylonians came around and took the Assyrians and the southern kingdom, known as Judea. All right? We got taken over by the Babylonians. They came through like a sweeping wind, took everybody over. Assyrians, Israelites, took over Egyptians, everybody took them over. Right? After they were taken over. Now, understand that this taking over wasn't random. like I said, it was when we left the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Halak, read Ezekiel for me, chapter 43, start at verse 7.
Con, sir. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 43, and verse 7.
All right.
And he said unto me,
Right.
Son of man,
Right.
the place of my throne and the place of the soles of my feet.
All right, stop right there for me. Stop right there. Understand, Ezekiel is a contemporary with the Babylonian captivity. What that means is that he was under Babylonian rule, right? He lived during the time that we, the Israelites, were under Babylonian captivity. Ezekiel did, right? So the first order of business of the Babylonians was to burn down our temple. Right? Read on for me, Halak.
Come. And the place of the soles of my feet, where I will dwell in the midst of the children of Israel forever.
Look at that. So he's talking about this place where he would dwell with the children of Israel forever. That's what the Most High is talking about right here. Read on.
Come. And my holy name shall the house of Israel no more defile.
No more defile. So the reason we don't have a temple is because we defiled his name in the first place. Now, if he's going to dwell with us forever, we would have to stop defiling his name going forward. You see how that works? It's real simple. If he gonna kick it with you, you gotta do what he say to do. It's simple. Read on for me, y'all.
Come, sir. Neither they nor their kings, by their whoredoms, nor by the carcasses of their kings in their high places.
Okay, read on.
Come, verse 8. In their setting of their threshold by my thresholds, and their posts by my posts, and the wall between me and them. They have even defiled my holy name by their abominations that they have committed. Wherefore I have consumed them in mine anger.
Look at that. That's why. There it is. Is in letters as big as people. It's plain as day. Why we were in the condition that we were in. Read on. Let's keep going.
Common sir. Verse 9. Now let them put away their whoredom. And the carcasses of their kings far from me.
Right.
And I will dwell in the midst of them forever.
Forever. I will dwell with them forever if they stop the shenanigans.
Right.
All right. If they stop doing what they doing, then I will dwell with them. Right? And remember, his dwelling place is where? Where is his dwelling place? We talked about it. Yeah. I like that you said that. Then it was the temple. Because now we know Christ dwells within you, like that. But here we're talking history. We're talking before Christ. This is definitely BC. What you got? Yet, initially, that's where he set himself up. In the beginning, he was in the mobile tabernacle. Then when Solomon built the temple, now he's there. We don't need the mobile one no more. We got an official one. Don't worry about the tents and the veils no more. The cloth separating the most holy place from the holy place and all that stuff. Don't worry about that no more. We have a building with doors and walls. Solomon built that. But the Babylonians came around and broke that down. Why? Because, why? There we go. because we went off. This temple wasn't destroyed because the Babylonians were better than us. This temple was destroyed because we stopped keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And Ezekiel here is saying, when we stop going a whoring with these other nations and these other gods and stop messing around with this other nonsense, that's when we'll get them back. We'll get that dwelling place back. Young man Paul, read that from Isaiah chapter 60.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 10.
Right.
And the sons of strangers shall build up thy wall.
Who?
Thy sons. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy wall.
Oh, look at that. Now, Isaiah was also a contemporary during the Babylonian captivity, right? And he's saying the sons of strangers are going to build up our walls. Read on. Right?
And the kings shall minister unto thee.
Right.
For in my wrath I smote thee.
And his wrath, he smote us. We were punished in his wrath. However, read on.
But in my favor, have I had mercy on you.
Look at that. We'll get mercy when we're in his favor. But in his wrath, he's going to smite us. And then here he's even telling us who's going to build it. Who's going to build this temple for us when we get back to what we're supposed to be getting back to? We ain't going to build it. You see, this is the glory of the Most High. He made us build our first one. And because we went off, he destroyed it. But when we come back, he didn't say you gonna build it back. Nah, they gonna build it for you. That's a sign. They gonna build it because he is who he says he is, right? He's the almighty power, right? And he's gonna tell them to build it for you. Hey, do you know what it sounds like? What it sound like? This sound like my boy Trump. You heard him? I know you heard him. My boy Trump said, yeah, we gonna get that wall built, and we ain't gonna build it. They gonna build it. That's the show of power. Now, mind you, we still ain't got no wall. Because he ain't got that power. You feel me? Paul Salakia. God, big pause on that. Salakia. All right, we ain't got no gates. We'll rephrase that for the sake of our audience. Right? The show of power was not that we were just gonna build a wall, but the ones we were trying to keep out was gonna build it for us. The Most High said, not only are we gonna get this temple rebuilt, but they gonna build it for you. That was the prophecy that he gave, that they gonna build it for you. Give me the book of Ezra, chapter 1. Somebody, anybody. Give me the book of Ezra, chapter 1. And then, yeah, man, Josh, you got an apocrypha on your phone? Yeah. Most High in Christ. Give me the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 7. And whole verse 4. Now, I love that you said that, because this shows the duality of these prophecies. These prophecies didn't just happen once. They happened twice. Mm-hmm. You see it. He talks about it here and proves it. And because it's in the scripture, it's going to happen again. He's going to do the same thing. And it's rinse and repeat. Rinse, what is it? Lather, rinse, repeat. That's it. Do it again. Do that lather and that rinse again. Because he told you, hey, keep my law, statutes, and commandments. You're going to be straight. If you don't, you're going to be effed up. When you effed up, get back to my law, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to be straight. If you don't, you're going to be effed up. And we see it over and over. We've seen it with the Babylonians. We've seen it with the Assyrians first. We've seen it with the Assyrians. Then we've seen it with the Babylonians. Then we've seen it with the Greeks and the Romans. Now the Americans. Now we see it over and over and over again. When will we just do what we need to do and keep doing it? This time. That's what it's prophesied to say. Go ahead. That's it. That's it. Sometimes he'll spank you with fire and brimstone. Sometimes he'll spank you with water up to you, above your head. Sometimes he'll spank you with another nation and a whip and chains and shackles. That's how he spanks us. Sometimes he spanks us with mental shackles. He keeps us in a mentality of blindness that we don't even see that we're in captivity. And he'll beat you so softly every day. What you got?
I forget the scripture part. We said he was gonna put us in a deep sleep.
The spirit of sleep.
The spirit of sleep. Right?
Con.
You know, now it's high time, 69. That's when we started waking up.
That's facts. That's facts. 1969. Right? 1 West Harlem, New York. 1 West and 125th Street, more specifically, in Harlem, New York. That's where it all came together. And now we're just an offshoot of that same understanding right here in 3353 Glenwood Road. We got the same info right there from Harlem. Right? Now read that for me out. Somebody who got that for me? That Ezra chapter 1. Most High Christ.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 1, verse 1. Now, in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth.
Right.
And he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Look at that.
Right.
The king of Persia. So now the Babylonians were taken over by the Persians and Medes. And the king of Persia was charged by the Most High of Israel to do what? Read that again. Yes, sir. Baba Kashai.
Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia.
What'd he say?
The Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth.
Mm.
And he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Look at that. You think these oppressors take over on their own muscle? They don't take over on their own muscle. They take over because the Most High ordained it. Because the Most High told them to. He made it a way for them to do so. That's why we were in captivity under the Persians. That's why they came and took over the Babylonians. And what did he say? What was the first thing he said to do? When he took over, the king of Persia took over. And what was the first thing he was commissioned to do? Read that for me, Yak.
Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia,
Mm-hmm.
the Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth.
Right.
And he hath charged me
Charged him
to build him an house at Jerusalem.
Look at that. Build him a house at Jerusalem. This is exactly what the prophecy said that would happen. That he would build him a house at Jerusalem.
That's right.
Build it back. What you got? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right here is the Persians. In this time, in this history. Right? In the future, it'll be Esau. It'll be Elam. It'll be Amalek. It'll be the Philistines, the Canaanites. It'll be everybody else coming to rebuild our house. In order to stay alive, is get down or lay down.
That's right.
When Christ come back, it's a different story. You see, here the Most High told him. The Most High is going to show him the next time. It's going to be a slightly different event, but with the same result. Right? They still going to do what he said they going to do. Read on for me, Yak.
Verse 3.
Yep.
Who is there among you of all his people?
Right?
His God be with him,
Mm-hmm.
and let him go up to Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
which is in Judah,
Mm-hmm.
and build the house of the Lord God of Israel, which is in Jerusalem.
Keep reading.
Verse 4. And whosoever remaineth in any place where he sojourneth, let the men of his
Salaki. Read the verse 5. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin,
Mm-hmm.
and the priests and the Levites,
Right?
with all them whose spirit God had raised,
Mm-hmm.
to go up to build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem.
Now, Salaki, real quick question to my Akim. Why was it these three tribes? He said Judah, he said Benjamin, and he said Levi. Why those three? Khan. That's why. Because that was the kingdom that didn't go off. These were the three tribes that didn't go off. Ephraim, Manasseh, Zebulun, Asher, Reuben, all the rest of them were taken in the Assyrian captivity. And they went off. Right? We can see that in the book of Hosea, but we ain't going there. We ain't going that way. Right? You can see that in the book of Hosea chapter 1. Right? And here we have the ones who stayed true in Judea. The Benjamites, the Levites, and the Judites. So we got Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians that stayed true. Right? Those are the three in the southern kingdom that stayed true, but then went off. And because they went off, they were the last of the Mohicans at that time. And because they went off, the Most High had to punish all of Israel because they went off. You feel me? So because of that, we now have them being the ones that's going to run the program. Right? So, you know, if you know anything about construction, you got a foreman, right? You got your foreman or your GC, your foreman and your GC, and then you got your laborers. King Darius petitioned the laborers. He was the one that was, hey, we gonna do this. So it was the Persians that was gonna do it under the tutelage of who? The foreman and the GC and the general contractor. That was Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. The ones who knew how it was supposed to go. And based on that, somebody give me you got First Esdras. Read that for me, y'all.
First Esdras, chapter 7, verse 1.
Yep.
Then,
No. Salakia, verse 7.
verse 7. All right. First Esdras, chapter 7, verse 7.
Verse 4.
Verse 4.
Yeah, Salakia.
And they finished these things by the commandment of the Lord God of Israel,
Uh-huh.
and with the consent of Cyrus, Darius, and Artaxerxes,
Right.
kings of Persia.
Kings of Persia. So this is the finishing of this with Xerxes. You heard of Xerxes, you know. This is Sparta. They got kicked in the chest. Well, I think he got a spear thrown to it. It was like, you know, I'm gonna make the God King bleed and all of that. Yeah, that he was the latter king of the Persians, right? And then after him was when did it say Darius? It said Darius.
Darius, consent of Cyrus, Darius, and Artaxerxes.
Actually, well, it was like Darius the third. That was, we're gonna get into that later on, but bet either way. So we got Cyrus, Darius, Xerxes, all of them. They all with it because it took a while for this temple to be built. Right? This wasn't a easy ongoing. They had to first clear the way of where it was. I know my brothers know what you got. It wasn't. It wasn't built in a day. Jerusalem was not built in a day. All right. The water. But understand that we have ruins here. So we had to first demo what was there, demolish what was there, and then start building what we had, right? What we were supposed to have, right? And that is, let me get there with you, Salaki. First Esdras chapter 7, and I believe I told you to start at verse Salaki 4. Go ahead, read on. Verse 5.
Esdras chapter 7, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And thus was the holy house finished in the 3 and 20th day of the month Adar.
Okay. Anybody know what the month of Adar is? What is it? I like what you're saying, but no. And the reason I say, I'll tell you the reason after I get the answer. All right. Anybody know the month Adar? What you got, Al? Uh-huh. What? Okay. Yeah, no. Good try. If somebody can give me the book of this is a quick sidebar. Give me the book of I believe it's in the book of Exodus, chapter 12. Somebody give me the book of Exodus, chapter 12. Let me make sure that I'm telling you right. But I believe it's in the book of Exodus, chapter 12. And verse, let me read. It doesn't give the name. Wait a minute. Doesn't it give the name? Give me a second. Salakia, I gotta get that for you. Oh, wait. Okay, this is not where it is. Salakia. Okay. The month Adar is the 12th month of the year in the Hebrew calendar. We have names of months. I can go through where I got all the chapters and verses of the month, the names, but Adar is the 12th month. And the reason you said the leap year is because there is what's called second Adar. Second Adar is that 13th month. What you got? I believe it's 28. I believe it's 28 because it's like every 6 years they do the Adar. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Salakia, I'll get with you. Let me get back to it, and I'll get with you on what the second Adar is, because you'll see Passover shifts. It'll be end of March, end of March, end of March, end of March, and then it'll jump to the end of April. Right? Because this is adding on that time. This is the if you ever heard of the Farmer's Almanac, it's kind of the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. They do the same thing. It's a farming calendar, right? Because Israelites as a whole were mainly farmers. That's why we have laws designated to specifically farming, right? How you're supposed to farm, when you're supposed to farm, what you're supposed to farm, where, and give the land a Sabbath, and these things, and da 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 da. All of this was because mostly we were farmers, agriculturists, and herders, right? What you got? Khan, Salaki. Oh, that's the other memorial. That's the other memorial. That's beautiful. The book of Esther, chapter 9. Right. Read that for me, Baba Kasha. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now in the 12th month.
In the 12th month.
That is the month of
Adar. There it is right there. In the book of Esther, chapter 1. No, that's chapter 12. Salaki. 9? Salaki. Chapter 9, verse 1. That's where you have the naming of the 12th month. Now, they're kind of peculiar how they happen, but I can show you. We can get into it after class. I got it all written down. But generally speaking, the 12th month was Adar. Then we have second Adar is what you were touching on in the leap year, right? That extra month, right? And the months are told by the what? How do we know a month? What we got? Salakia. And remember, let's say Salakia before we answer. No sweat. But we got the moon. It's the moon, right? Cool. The moon tells us the month. The word in Hebrew for month and moon is the same. What you got? Yes. That's why it's a new moon. It's a new month. Right? But that was a quick, nice little sidebar. Amatazah, can you get me the video, Baba Kashab?
Khan.
Read for me First Esdras chapter 7 start at verse 5. First Esdras chapter 7 verse 5.
Chapter 7 verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And thus was the holy house finished in the 3 and 12th day of the month of Adar.
Mm-hmm.
In the 6th year of Darius, king of Persia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the children of Israel, the priests, and the Levites, and others that were of the captivity, that were added unto them, according to the things written in the book of Moses.
In the book of who?
Moses.
Right. Go ahead.
And to the dedication of the temple of the Lord, they offered 100 bullocks.
Oh, stop there. Salakia. So According to the book of Moses, the same thing we started with the mobile sanctuary, this is what they did to rededicate the new temple, right? That's what they did when they rededicated the new temple under Ezra. That's in the book of Ezra, is in the book of Nehemiah, 1st and 2nd Esdras. All of that is during the exact same time period when we got our temple back, right? So we see that first, we had the mobile temple. Second, we had the establishment of Solomon's temple, right? That's the one with brick and mortar, right? That is the standing temple at that time. Then the Babylonians destroyed that temple, but then the Persians rebuilt it for us. It's all about this temple. Now, let's get into what happened to this temple after that. Play that video for me, out. Can we make it bigger? Take everybody else off.
Every winter, Jewish communities across the globe come together in celebration of the festival of Hanukkah. The image of the menorah and its iconic 8 offers only independent kingdoms of Israel and Judah were in terminal decline. As a result, by the era of classical antiquity, the independent kingdoms of Israel and Judah were in terminal decline. As a result, the history of the Jewish people soon came to be defined by the carousel of foreign empires that took turns conquering and subsequently ruling the ancestral Hebrew homeland. First came the Assyrians, then the Babylonians, then the Persians, who ruled the Jews with a reasonably fair and light hand. Finally, in 332 BC, the Macedonian phalanxes of Alexander would steamroll the Achaemenid Empire out of existence, establishing Classical Greek as the dominant language and culture of the Near East. It is here that the Jewish people became subjects of the Greek world. When Alexander died, his massive Macedonian empire fractured into several monarchies, ruled by his closest comrades and later their descendants. The so-called Diadochi kingdoms were constantly at war with one another, and the region of Judea, being situated in the borderland between the Ptolemies of Egypt and Seleucids of Syria, became a battleground where the two Macedonian dynasties jockeyed for power and influence. Despite this, life remained fairly peaceful for the Hebrews. The Hellenistic kings generally used the same light touch the Persians had, interfering very little in the region's culture, religion, and internal politics. The Jewish people were ruled semi-autonomously by a high priest of the Judaic faith, who handled matters both religious and secular from the Great Temple of Jerusalem. In 198 BC, Antiochus III had finally expelled the Ptolemies out of Judea, putting the region firmly under the suzerainty of the Seleucid Empire. He lowered taxes and affirmed the Jewish people's freedom to live by their own faith and laws, and for now, Judea was content. Throughout world history, we often see subject peoples of a multi-ethnic empire willingly adopt the language and customs of said empire's rulers in an attempt to improve social mobility, so many Jewish peoples began to practice the Greek culture of their suzerains. This phenomenon, known as Hellenization, was perpetuated mainly by the upper strata of Jewish society, namely the wealthy priests, merchants, and aristocrats in urban Jerusalem. The Hellenization process was expedited in 175 BC, when the culturally traditionalist high priest, Ananias III, was deposed by his Philhellene brother Joshua, better known by his Greek name Jason. Jason
Okay, Salakia, a little technical difficulty, but I had to stop it there because understand there's a lot of things. Now, everything that you're hearing is in the book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. Everything that you're hearing, we're about to run through it in this video. It's beautiful. I like the little descriptions, the little, what is it? The animations, all of that jazz is nice. What you got out? I like what you're saying, and that's why I stopped it here. Perfect, because the Israelites never really got into why it was the way it was. We just got into the fact that it was the way that it was, right? So, for instance, you got, look at your rulers, right? In here, we got Reaganomics. That's the drug epidemic. You got Bush, just say no. You got Clinton, super predators. You got, so on and so forth. It doesn't matter who's in authority or how they got there. All that matters is we had the drug epidemic. Then we didn't get no help from that. Then they were calling us super predators because a gram of crack could get you 10 years mandatory sentence and all of these things and da-da-da-da-da. All, like they set it up that way, right? So that's what you're looking at here. That's what's happening when you look at this, right? When you have things like, I believe it was one of my Adwanium was talking to me about the what was he saying about Howard University and Salakia. We'll get into that later. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Whereas they were in rulership, and it didn't matter what puppet they put over us, we were still under their rulership, right? So exactly, the Hellenization of our people and all of that thing was the rich, the popular, the da-da-da, assimilating to their culture, right? And we see that, like I said, you can go and read it. This is your homework. Go and read the book of Maccabees, first Maccabees, chapter 1 through chapter 4. All 4 chapters. All right? That'll make this plain and simple. Amatazah, start that back for me, Baba Kashan.
would go on to wield his power as high priest to begin transforming Jerusalem into a classically Greek city by building a gymnasium and an ephebium, essentially community centers for Greek education and learning. He also sent Jewish athletes to compete in a mimicry of the Olympic Games hosted by the king in Tyre. There he offered a sacrificial tribute to the Greek demigod Hercules, to whom the games were dedicated. Perhaps his most radical policy was to allow non-Jews in Jerusalem to set idols of their gods within the holy temple itself. The fact that the high priest was openly tolerating and even promoting the polytheistic gods was deeply disturbing to many Jews who clung to their monotheist faith. This sentiment was especially strong in the poorer, rural communities of Judea, who had clung far closer to Orthodox Judaism. A strange situation was made worse in 175 BC, when one Antiochus IV Epiphanes became the Seleucid Basileus. Various ancient accounts describe him as a proto-Nero or Commodus, that is to say, erratic. His sobriquet, Epiphanes, meant manifested from God, but among his people he was secretly known by a variation of the title, Epimanes, which meant madman. It was him who in the first year of his rule supported Jason's coup against Ananias III, hoping a pro-Greek high priest would help Hellenize the Jews. However, only 3 years later, Antiochus decided that Jason wasn't Hellenizing Judea fast enough, so helped replace him with an even more pro-Hellenic priest, Menelaus. With that matter settled, Antiochus then marched with his armies into Egypt, aiming to double the size of his empire by seizing the Ptolemaic heartland. While the king was preoccupied, Jason seized his opportunity and returned to Jerusalem, initiating a counter-coup and expelling the deeply unpopular Menelaus. However, Antiochus's campaign was cut short when the Roman Republic intervened on behalf of the Ptolemies. Unable to match the strength of the legion, the king was forced to retreat to Syria. Already utterly humiliated by Rome, Antiochus's mood turned wrathful when he found out that his subjects in Jerusalem had rebelled. He stormed Jerusalem with his army, slaying the supporters of Jason and reinstating his puppet Menelaus as high priest. He then left Apollonius in charge of subduing the city, who accomplished his job by dismantling the walls of Jerusalem and building a fort named Acra on the nearby hill of Ophel, so everyone could gaze upwards and see the symbol of King Antiochus's power. Rather than leaving good enough alone, Antiochus began to actively exterminate Judaism, forbidding the people of Judea from observing the Sabbath, circumcising their sons, or performing other rituals. He had the Holy Temple in Jerusalem converted into a temple of Zeus, within which he personally spilled the blood of a pig, a deeply sacrilegious ritual to the Judaic faith. The king declared that the Jewish people should begin worshipping the Greek gods. Hellenized Jews accepted these changes, but many others did not, resolving instead to fight. It is here that the Maccabees enter our story. Our story now shifts to the small Judean town of Modin, where a local priest, Mattathias, and his 5 sons lived. They belonged to the relatively minor Hasmonean family, and were deeply Orthodox Jews, who had remained true to every tenet of their religion, even as their countrymen became increasingly assimilated into Greek culture. Sometime in 167 BC, a Seleucid official arrived in Modin and compelled the townsfolk to offer a sacrifice to the Greek gods. Mattathias refused to make this offering, and another one of the townsfolk, a Hellenized Jew, stepped forth to do so in his place. Flying into a rage, Mattathias drew his knife and murdered his countrymen before he could perform the ritual. The priest then cut down the Seleucid official as well, and destroyed the pagan altar for good measure. Knowing they would be branded outlaws, Mattathias and his 5 sons fled into the nearby hills, followed by many like-minded Orthodox Jews known as the Hasidim. From there, the fight had begun. While Mattathias died sometime in 166 BC from causes unknown, he would be succeeded by his 3rd son, Judah, a dynamic young commander who through a mixture of ferocity, ruthlessness, and bravery would come to be known as Maccabeus, a word deriving from the Aramaic Maccaba, the hammer. At the early stages, the rebellion was not a struggle between Jews and Greeks, but a civil conflict between pro- and anti-Hellenic Jews. The Maccabees began their movement with a terror campaign, launching lightning raids upon predominantly Jewish towns. They killed many of their own countrymen who they considered too Greek, burning down their homes and destroying the pagan altars where they worshipped. Most notably, they rounded up the sons of Hellenized Jews and had them forcefully circumcised. The message was simple: Greek culture was to be purged from Judea. Before long, the Maccabees had earned the attention of the military governor Apollonius. who resolved to crush the rebels before they could sow any more chaos. In 167 BC, after gathering a local army of around 2,000 men in Samaria, Apollonius marched south to the Gophna Hills, where it was said that the elusive Judah was hiding out. Here, the Maccabees proved they were capable of more than just murdering civilians and burning altars. Knowing they were outnumbered and out-equipped, Judah deliberately lured the enemy army deep into his native territory, where the hilly terrain made it impossible for the Seleucids to form up into their Macedonian phalanx. With only 600 men, the Maccabees surrounded and ambushed the Seleucid forces just outside the town of Wadi Haramia, routing them off the field. Apollonius was killed in the fighting, and Judah claimed the fallen commander's sword, wielding it as a symbol that his rebellion had been blessed by God. The Maccabees followed up their victory with another in 166 BC, ambushing an army of 4,000 Seleucids led by Seron at the Beth Horon mountain pass. These two victories would set the theme for much of the revolt, in which smaller, poorly armed contingents of Maccabean warriors would utilize terrain-based guerrilla warfare to consistently outwit the well-armed Seleucid armies that outnumbered them greatly. Later that year, Antiochus IV was forced to take the bulk of his armies eastwards to deal with a Parthian invasion, putting the local governor of Syria, Lysias, in charge of quashing the growing Jewish revolt with limited resources. Despite
Who's gonna need more Tide? Everyone. Now there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod.
Old Spice is the greatest smell in the NFL.
this, Lysias managed to field a significantly large army of some 10,000 professional Macedonian-trained soldiers. He put two experienced commanders, Gorgias and Nicator, in charge of this force and sent it into Judea. The Hellenes set up an entrenched camp at the town of Emmaus, while Maccabeus responded by leading around 3,000 Jewish warriors to the adjacent town of Mizpah, where they fasted and prayed to God to deliver them victory in the battle to come. In the days that followed, some of the local anti-Maccabean Jews informed the Seleucid commanders where Judah had set up his base. Seizing the opportunity to catch his enemy flat-footed, Gorgias rallied some 5,000 infantry and 1,000 cavalry and marched for Mizpah. However, his heavily armored Argyrespides were slow and cumbersome, and their presence was soon picked up on by Maccabean scouts. Rather than face Gorgias' force head-on, Judah decided rather ingeniously to abandon his camp, taking advantage of his army's speed and maneuverability to skirt around the expeditionary force and strike instead at their now more sparsely populated camp at Emmaus. Taken completely by surprise, the reserve forces in Emmaus were either slaughtered or routed, and their supplies looted or burned. After failing to find any rebels in Mizpah or the surrounding hinterlands, Gorgias returned to his camp, only to find it aflame. Seeing this, the morale of his army was crushed, and they fled for the coast. Reeling from yet another decisive defeat, the high priest Menelaus in Jerusalem, with the support of Lysias, attempted to bring Judah and his cohorts to the bargaining table, offering to repeal some of the more egregious anti-Judaism laws of Antiochus. However, these negotiations failed, for the Maccabees would accept nothing less than the total eradication of Hellenization in Judea. By 164 BC, Governor Lysias had taken it upon himself to assemble and lead an army of some 20,000 men in Antioch, leading them south through Idumea and the valleys east of Gaza to a town called Beth-Zur, where he encamped his army in the local fortified citadel, hoping to strike at the Maccabees' southern flank. By this point, Judah Maccabeus had some 10,000 men under his command, his numbers having swelled as the reputation of his victories grew. Nevertheless, he was still outnumbered and outgunned by Lysias' army, so he stuck to tried and true tested methods to best his foe. Historical sources are vague on how the Battle of Beth-Zur played out, but it seems evident that the Maccabees spent the next few months harassing the Seleucids through hit-and-run tactics, striking at foraging parties, patrols, and any platoon of Syrian Greeks unfortunate enough to be caught outside the town citadel. This was never enough to earn a decisive victory, but it was enough to keep Lysias and his army consistently on the back foot. The status quo changed in late autumn, when in the Far East, the Seleucid Epiphanes contracted disease while campaigning against the Parthians and died. The monarch's death meant that his son, the 10-year-old Antiochus V, was now Basileus of the Seleucid Empire, and there would be no small amount of courtiers willing to influence the young boy for personal gain. Suddenly, Lysias' priorities had shifted, and he was compelled to return to Antioch to secure control of the infant king in order to keep his power and influence in the royal court, which meant that the campaign in Judea was over. Due to his persistence, cunning, and some plain old luck, Judea Maccabeus was victorious once more. With his victory at Beth Zur, he was able to march his army more or less unopposed to Jerusalem, which, ironically, he was able to stride right into because the Seleucid governor Apollonius had destroyed its city walls a few years earlier. Following this, the Hellenized and other Seleucid loyalists retreated to Acre. Now firmly in control of the holy city, the Hammer of Judea entered the temple, destroying the altar to Zeus and the idols that had been erected during the reigns of Jason and Menelaus. His youngest brother, Jonathan Apphus, was installed as the new high priest of Judea. Among the sacred objects to be restored was the menorah, a golden candelabrum whose 7 branches represented knowledge and creation. It was supposed to be kept burning every night, but its light had been extinguished during the persecutions. However, the temple had been so thoroughly pillaged that there was only enough oil to keep the candles of the menorah burning for 1 night. Despite this, once lit, the candles burned bright and true for 8 full days. This supposed miracle of God is the cornerstone of Hanukkah, and to this day, when Jewish communities around the world light 8 candles on their menorahs, they commemorate each day the light burned for Judea Maccabeus and his freedom fighters. Jerusalem.
Oop, oop. There we go. We good. Salaki. Now, to touch on some things right here that happened that we just read, and we didn't read it, but we heard it. And like I said before, everything that you just heard in that video was basically the book of Maccabees, chapter 1 through 4. The only difference is perspective. The perspective of the video makers is quote unquote neutral. They're going with what happened in the book of Maccabees and what the Greeks say happened. For instance, that whole thing about them coming to the bargaining table and the Maccabees not accepting anything but that was not in the scripture. But it does make sense that it happened. It does make sense that it happened. Why? Because we weren't settling. We weren't going to settle for anything less than keeping all of our laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? But we're not going to mention that. That whole shenanigans about, the young king was taken over, got rulership and needed influence. Therefore, the ruler left and his priorities shifted to going back to headquarters, in essence, and leaving the Seleucids to their devices. Understand that the Bible says the Most High gave us the victory. So regardless of what it was or why they lost focus, is because the Most High made it that way. That's the bottom line. The only difference with that video is that they're showing, hey, he made it that way because I had to go do this. I don't care. Because you went and did that is why we had the victory in our sanctuary, in our temple. And it didn't matter what they sacrificed. It mattered that they sacrificed something other than, or to someone other than Yahweh, the almighty power of Israel. That's what defiled our temple. Yes, they did sacrifice a pig, which is unclean to us. But they sacrificed an oxen, which is not unclean to us. But they sacrificed it to another god. That's what makes it wrong. That's what makes it disgraceful. Now, this is what institutes the I.S.U.P.K tradition to this day. Watch this. Give me the book of Maccabees. Amatazah. Give me the book of Maccabees, chapter 4, and start at verse 42.
Khan. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 42.
Right. Read that.
So he chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law, who cleanse the sanctuary and bear out the defiled stones into an unclean place. And when as they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profaned, they thought it best to pull it down, lest it should be reproach to them.
Right. You hear that? So we get back in our sanctuary and we realize, hey, they've been doing all type of shenanigans with our stuff. They thought it best to just tear it down. We ain't about to use that. We ain't about to do that again. This is the whole reason why, quick sidebar. This is the whole reason why if another man takes your rib, we don't take her back. That's over with. That has been defiled. That is unclean. We tear it down. And we start afresh. You see what I'm saying? We get something new. Right? Read on out.
Khan.
What verse are you on?
45, sir.
All right.
Because the heathen had defiled it.
Because the heathen had defiled it. Read on.
Wherefore they pulled it down.
That's why we tore it down. That's why we didn't take that same altar back. We'll keep the house, but we'll get rid of this thing inside of it. We're not going to keep that altar because they put some wickedness on that altar. We tore that down. We destroyed the entire altar. Read on.
Khan. Verse 46.
Mm-hmm.
And laid up the stones in the mountain.
Actually, go to verse 47.
Khan. Verse 47.
Right.
Then they took whole stones according to the law and built a new altar. According to the former.
Altar. Go ahead.
According to the former.
According to the former. So it's not like we went and did some Salaki. I wanted to say something that might not float on YouTube or Instagram, but it's not. We went and rebuilt it according to the last one. We went and got a chick that was better than the last one because this one went off, and we went and got a better one this time. We built it afresh, anew, with the same general principles. Right? Read on.
Khan. That and made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple and hollowed out the courts.
Right. Go ahead.
They made also new vessels.
New vessels. Read on.
Salakia. They made also new holy vessels.
There we go.
And into the temple they brought the candlestick.
The candlesticks. Read on.
And the altar of burnt offerings.
And the altar. Go ahead.
And of incense.
Go ahead.
And the table.
And the table. Look, this is why the ISUPK to this day, during the feast of Hanukkah, our goal is to replenish this place. Put a new coat of paint on it. To get new ornaments for the podium. To get new banners for the walls. To mop the floor, to clean this, to clean that. This is what spring cleaning looks like right here. In the ISUPK, in every school throughout Israel. This is why we get something new every year. Every year we bolster the ranks, we freshen it up, because this is our custom. That's what this is about. This is about our custom, our tradition. Because when they took back the sanctuary, they took it back and made it new, and made it fresh, and made it nice. They took it up a notch. Because what was done to it before wasn't good. That's why we even did it. Because of this memorial. Because the Maccabees, because Judas Maccabeus, the hammer, decided, nah, you ain't about to get us. Because we stood for what was right. Because we came and defended our temple, our sanctuary. We came and defended our rules against the Hellenization of the Greeks. That's when we had to fight. There's no time. You saw the initial. We didn't have to fight to make a mobile tabernacle. We didn't have to fight. It was after the fight to unite the kingdom. So we didn't have to fight to build the Most High's sanctuary, to build it with stone. Solomon didn't have to fight for that. We didn't even have to fight to rebuild it, because the other nation rebuilt it for us. Because they were commissioned, they were charged, as the scripture says, to rebuild it for us. We didn't have to rebuild it for ourselves. We didn't have to fight for that. But for this temple, we had to fight. Because the Maccabees had to fight to reestablish what was ours. That's why every day of every year we fight to reestablish that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Israelites of this Bible. Right. We fight for our people to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, the Most High of Israel.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's what we fight for. And that's the whole reason for this season. When you hear terms like the reason for the season, you think of Christmas. That's not what we're talking about here. The reason for this season is that we have to fight. That puts a whole different aspect. You think I'm going to put up a Christmas tree after hearing this?
Right.
You think I'm going to wrap presents for 7 and 12-year-olds after this? You think I'm going to deck the halls after this? After hearing the true history of this time of the year. Somebody get me halak of salat. Right. Right. And now we're going to break that cycle. We're going to break that cycle this time around. Now that we know the truth of Hanukkah, as they call it, Hanukkah, as it's supposed to be mentioned. Right? Now that we know the truth, we're going to govern ourselves differently. We're going to come in here into the ISUPK and right here at 3353 Glenwood Road. We're going to do it in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to do it in Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to do it in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to do it up in headquarters in Harlem. We're going to do it out in Hollywood, right? We're going to do it out in Vegas. We're going to do it up in Chicago. We're going to do it down in Houston. We're going to do it all the way in the UK.
That's right.
Where our brothers are right now. And every year we're going to replenish what the Most High gave us. We're going to beautify what the Most High gave us out of this tradition. This is our tradition. Because remember, we started with the difference between a holy convocation and a tradition. This is our tradition because we're going to remember. Never forget. Never forget. To hell with 9/11. To hell with the Holocaust. To hell with all these other things they tell you to not forget. Don't forget that our brothers and sisters fought and died to retake our temple. And now that we have our temple right here, this is our space. Then we gonna govern ourselves accordingly. We gonna Salaki, we gonna make this place great. We gonna make this place beautiful year in and year out. Every time. And this is what the Christians fail to realize right here, right? Because Christianity is what? What do they claim it to be? What does it mean to be a Christian? A follower of Christ. Then, young man Paul, give me the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22. Right? Hey, Amatazah, do me a solid.
Come.
Read verse 59 of the book of First Maccabees. Hold that for me, young man Paul. Hold that for me. Amatazah, read for me the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 59. Read that.
Khan, this is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 59.
Right.
Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel,
everybody,
ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
8 days, Salakia. Why was it 8 days? Can somebody tell me why it was 8 days? Can anybody tell me why it was during the space of 8 days? We kind of touched on it. I don't think I drove it all the way home. And this is an opportunity for me to drive it all the way home. Why is the Feast of Dedication 8 days? Why is that? Come on. Lie. No sweat. Good try. What you got? Okay. I like what you're saying, but lie. It sounds good, but lie.
Each day we got to bring something from the temple, like
Okay.
We get our temple back.
Okay. Salakia, but la'a.
Salakia.
What you got?
Is it because the Most High had the eternal flame burning for
la'a? Now, mind you, that's what the Jewish man says.
Right.
Exactly what he said is what the Jewish man says. when it comes to the Feast of Hanukkah, right? Because it burned for 8 days, and that's why it's 8 days. That's not why. That's not why. If we look back, watch this, guys. If we look back to when the first Solomon's temple was consecrated, when his temple was dedicated, when was his temple dedicated? Do we remember? The 7th month. What feast takes place in the 7th month that spans 8 days? Go ahead. The Feast of Tabernacles. That's why. That's the whole reason why. Because it was done initially during the season of High Holy Days.
Oh.
When we had our most high holy days was in the 7th month. And because of the Feast of Tabernacles, that's why King Solomon made our feast 8 days and sent everybody home on the 8th day. And you can see that in the book of, that is the 2nd Chronicles, chapter 7. Read down. Go ahead. What you got?
If I may, Adawan, I think he sent everybody home with a nice portion of meat too.
He did on that 8th day, because that's the end of the Feast of Tabernacle. That was the reason for that season. And that's why King Solomon put it on that time. Because everybody was going to be there anyway. What you got, Ak? Because of the holy convocation of the Feast of Tabernacle. Khan. And he just brought his thing in at the same time the Most High's thing was going on. It was just convenience is why he made it that time. And because of that convenience, because of that now tradition, is why the Maccabees even made it the same 8 days. But why did they make it when they made it? Read on. Amatazah, read the rest of that.
Khan. Salakia. Verse 59, correct?
Khan. I need verse 59. Read down to verse 61. Go.
Khan. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
Right.
From the 5 and 12th day of the month, Kaslu, with mirth and gladness.
Kaslev,
Salaki.
Right.
At that time also they builded up the Mount Sion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down, as they had done before. And they set there a garrison to keep it, and fortify Beth Sura to pursue it, and the people might have a defense against Edom. Idumea.
Right. So that was the building of the walls of Jerusalem. If you remember in the statement when it talked about in the video, when it talked about the fact that the Maccabees had an easy route into Jerusalem because the walls were demolished by the Greeks in the first place. We rebuilt them.
That's right.
We build them back up. This goes into our tradition. This is why we build these walls back up. This is why we do what we do for this tabernacle. right? Every year at this time, because it's tradition to do so, right? And as he said, in the month of what? Kislev. What month is Kislev? Do we know? Nah. Good try. Good try, brother. Good try. The month of Kislev is actually the 9th month of the year. Now, young man Paul, read for me the book of John, chapter 10, and start at verse 22. Mm-hmm.
The book of John, chapter 10, verse 22.
Yep.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication.
The feast of what?
The dedication.
Uh-huh.
And it was winter.
And it was when?
Winter.
What time is it now, Akim?
Bird.
Right. Right. And see, if we was in Harlem, we would say it's brick. It's brick out there, right? Right? They say they got 2 different temperatures in the winter in New York. They say it's either brick or it's oh nah. Nah, or it's oh nah. Brick, you can still go to work and it's brick outside. But when it's oh nah, you go outside and you be like, oh nah. That's what they say. So yeah, what you got out? Oh, it's Hulk. Boy, that Hulk come and get you, boy. That Hulk gonna get you. It's cold out there, boy. I'm trying to tell you. That's right, Doc. That's right. And now, in the month of winter, what happened, Doc? Read on. Mm-hmm.
Verse 23.
Verse 23.
And Jesus walked.
And who?
And Yahushua.
I like that you changed that out. The water. And Yahushua.
And Yahushua walked in the temple.
Uh-huh.
In Solomon's porch.
And Yahushua was in the temple. He was in the building during the Feast of Dedication. So please, Christians, tell me why you don't keep this feast if you follow Christ. If you follow Christ and Christ was at the Feast of Dedication, why you don't keep the Feast of Dedication? We follow Christ, right? We do what he do, right? Right. Then we should be there. We should be here at 3353 Glenwood Road. We should be right here during the Feast of Dedication, because let Christ would have been in Atlanta. Guess where he would be?
That's right.
What you got to say, I? East side. That's where he would be right now. He would be on the east side of Atlanta right now. In Decatur, on Glenwood. Boca Town, 107. Go ahead.
It would be in Durham, North Carolina.
Oh.
Passover.
Well, that's what we gonna be.
Right, that's what we gonna be. That's what they should be doing.
Right?
If they follow Christ.
If they follow Christ, I love that you said, then you will meet me in Durham, North Carolina. At what day is it? I think it's the April 20th. April 18th to the 22nd, because the 22nd is the Feast of Unleavened, so the 21st is the Passover. Then you gonna meet me there, because that's where he put his name. That's where we supposed to gather, right? Now, just to touch on something real quick, like understand these Jewish fables. Halak, get me Titus chapter 1 verses start at verse 14. Young man Paul, can you get me Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 2. And Amatazah, can you get me Exodus 25 and 32? I ain't got much time left. I'm a little over. I might have to go ahead and clip this Salakia, because I really want to get into. All right, we're gonna go ahead and clip it. All right, no sweat, no sweat. We a little over. I'm getting the eyes. All right. Hey, if anybody seen Dave Chappelle, when he pushed the button, like wrap that up me. I'm getting those eyes right now. I'm getting those eyes right now. I know, Halak, you ain't in the building, but look, I'm getting those eyes in the building right now. Like, I gotta wrap that up. Look, the Jewish man, like I said, he bastardized our tradition. He went and took our things, these 8 days of shenanigans. The dreidel is shenanigans. Look, we're gonna talk about it after the fact. We can do it, chop it up. Hey, ask your questions. We're gonna answer them. And we're going to leave it at that. But just generally speaking, understand that we talked about what the dedication is, where it started, where it went to, what the temple's supposed to be, when the temple was destroyed, who was supposed to rebuild it. Then, not only did they rebuild it, but then they came and took it over from us, and we fought and got it back. Right? And when we fought and got it back, we established a tradition that not just us, but we also see that Christ himself kept that same tradition.
That's right.
Right? And because he kept it and we follow Christ, we gonna keep it too. Every year, year in and year out, we gonna come to 3353 Glenwood Road and build up this sanctuary, build up this tabernacle. Because if Christ was here, he would be here with us. Right. And when he returns, go ahead. Oh, damn right. Hey, damn right. That's Zechariah chapter 10. All right, we don't put up no tree. We don't do that. Zechariah chapter 10 tells us exactly that. It tells us not to follow the ways of the heathen. And one of those ways is by putting up a dang Christmas tree. That's one of the ways of the heathen. Go, hey, for your homework, not only do you need to read the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees chapter 1 through 4, but also read Zechariah chapter 10. Right? Go read Zechariah chapter 10 and stop when it stopped feeling good. I'm telling you, pause. Because it's going to feel real right to you. If you ever put up a Christmas tree in your abode, know that this will stop you in your tracks. If you decide to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yahweh. If not, then keep doing what you're doing, and we hope that all Israel be saved regardless. Right? That is our prayer. Right? All right. So, with that, I'm going to pass the class. Oh, Salakia. We got questions.
One quick one, just from the little clip.
Uh-huh.
So, is the Olympics unlawful?
That's a great question. Now, the Olympics is kind of like a twofold kind of thing, because the way it was established was, okay, you see that it was about the god of Hercules and everything and the worship of him and all of that. Therefore, we wouldn't worship Hercules, right? We wouldn't do their ways. Right. However, in this day and age, it's about competition. It's about getting your name out there. And a lot of times it's about getting paid. It's about getting paid. So if you get to that level and you can get paid, I'm not going to stop your hustle. Get paid. Right? The Most High ain't going to tell you to stop. Get paid. However, understand that we don't worship their gods. Right? I was telling my daughter the same thing. She had a Christmas program that she was gonna be in, that she was supposed to be in, because she's in the Glee Club. And the Glee Club is about singing, it's about learning how to sing, choir, all of those things. But then they do a presentation for Christmas. My daughter ain't a part of that. And she knows she's not a part of that. So she had to step aside. However, me as a handyman, me as a contractor, there are some times where, hey, you might get paid to put up lights on the outside of this person's house. So do you say, hey, I'm not going to take that money? La, this is a job now. This is a slavery for me. There's many times where we have to slave and do things that are outside of the law, in essence. Imagine if I was a cashier at Walmart. There's a bunch of times I see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans bringing pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster up to my cashier register. I'm not going to say, hey, I need somebody to come and take me because I'm not about to bring this person up. La. You ring them up. You do your job. You obey your master in this time, but next time, that master gonna obey us. Right? And it won't be no crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster in that store formed by.
Right. Bring them up and give them a flyer.
I like that. I like that. Hey, put your flyers in your pocket because you know you're going to see them. And go ahead and hand them one. Slide it in the bag with their crab, pork, shrimp, and lobster. I like what my Akim just said there. What my Ak just said there. Just go ahead and put it in there with it. Right? Because we have to understand the practical nature of keeping this law.
Right.
Right? We still got to feed our families. We still got to keep our bills paid. We still got to keep our rent and things of that nature up and running, right? So with that, understand that the practical doesn't trump the law, right? But there are some times where practically we got to bow our head to it. We got to go ahead and, all right, master, you, the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And by us being under that oppressor, we got to go ahead and, you got it, boss. What you got, Ak?
I was just going to say, but that isn't out until Israelite regain control.
Exactly. Because when Christ returned, there ain't gonna be no pork in that store. Right. There ain't gonna be no Christmas program being put on. Right? It ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be our laws, statutes, and commandments that they either have to abide by or goodbye to them. Simple. That's how it is right now. You don't get down with his law, you're going to be out in the street. Don't pay taxes if you want to. They're going to bang you up, Ak. You know it. Don't pay your rent if you want to. They're going to put you out, Ak.
That's right.
You're going to be out. So that's a great question. The water to that. And like I said, hey, let me give a quick shout out to certain people. We got we got Amatazai in the building. We had young man Josh. We got young man Paul in the building. We got young man Vincent in the building. Hey, you talking about? We got Trooper Carwan in the building. We got Officer Mawasar in the building. Officer Napash going through right here. We got Trooper Halak. We got Angelique James. Oh, Salakia. Nakara, Sister Nakara. We got Sister Nakara in the building. Hey, Most High Christ, Sister Nakara. We got Tazalaya in the building. We got Madana in the building. She came and touched bases with your boy, Most High in Christ. We got Yahweh Shai is a child. What? I'm not reading that. That's ridiculous. Thank you, Amataza. We got Sister Yakala in the building. We got brother young man Ron in the building. We got Sister Brandy in the building. We got Officer 1000 Kahan Kazayad in the building. All right, we got Officer Natasha in the building. Right, that's my boy over there in Huntsville, Alabama. Shout out to my mans. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the class off to Priest and Officer of 50, Napash Kaya.
This is I.S.U.P.K's security announcements. We're at I.S.U.P.K. Start out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When new brothers and sisters come to school, they are limited for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My I.S.U.P.K, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department of teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. The next Holy Convocation is going to be the Feast of Purim. That's going to be the 14th and the 15th day of the 12th month. That's going to be Thursday, February 22nd, and Friday, February 23rd. You also can find this in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Remind Aki and my walk-in to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be trooping to school, starting wearing all black, boot, shirt, pant, headband, or scarf with that, give a word curse salute to the teacher. Men Israel, Almighty. Men Israel, Almighty Sabbat. Almighty. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatam.
What I just said in Hebrew, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Y'all know, top me your hands down. Go give a word curse salute to the walk-in, the sisters online. Men Israel, Almighty Sabbat. Almighty. Barak. Yahweh Shema. What you said in the Hebrew, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Y'all know, top me your hands down. Class is this.